Hi, I'm Sarah Hewis, and on today's episode of All Things Arlington, we're going to be touring Little Ambassadors Academy. Hi, I'm here with Lauren Harris at Little Ambassadors Academy Overly, and thank you for having us.
Hi.
If you were giving advice to a parent looking for preschool, what would you say? Like, how far in advance would you recommend they get on a list?
As soon as you get pregnant. I know that sounds very crazy in Arlington, but it's very hard to get into schools. I think a lot of us are by application date. Some of us aren't. So just call and figure out what preschools are which. Some have sibling preference. Some have, just a plethora of things that you can have. But I think the best advice is to do it when you're looking for infant care. Do them simultaneously. So if you know you're going to do an in-home or something for infant care, then you're switching to a preschool later, make sure you get on both lists at the same time, because typically the preschool list is going to take a longer amount of time.
That's good advice, actually. You guys are full day here.
We are full day.
And what age range do you guys cater to?
We start at 20 months. You can be 20 months, but you have to be 2 by December 31st to start with us that year, and then till 5, until they go off to kindergarten.
Okay. Do you think there's a huge shortage for preschools in the Arlington or greater DC area?
Yeah, I think there's a huge shortage. Arlington especially, North Side especially, in DC in general. But yes, absolutely. In Arlington, there's 66 preschools last time I think I checked, but half of us are half day and the other half of us are full day. So finding full day preschool is even harder. I think the last census number says there's like 20,000 children under the age of 5. So I mean, the numbers just don't support, as many spaces that we have in preschool.
So what sets you guys apart from every other preschool out there, do you think?
Well, one, I'm glad we're using the term preschool, because I think sometimes daycares get interchangeable with preschools, and we're very different. Our programs are different, our curriculums are different, so that's the first thing. So I'm glad we're using that term. And I think preschool is different. There's an academic curriculum behind a preschool versus a daycare that typically doesn't have as much structure. It might be play-based. Our goal here at LAA is to get you prepared for kindergarten and the life beyond, right? So we want to make sure that when our kids leave our program, that they are social emotionally ready and ready in all academic areas. People always forget the social emotional aspect, and that can just be as important. It is as important. But I think just our teachers and their qualifications set us apart. I think our campuses and the way they're designed with little people in mind, and giving them as much independence as possible is really important too.
How do you hire? What do you look for when you're hiring
Goodness
staff?
gracious, so many things. But the first thing is education level, and it's important. It's not the end-all be-all, but all of my staff mostly have bachelor's degrees. If they don't, they have an associate specifically in early childhood education. I also try to look for at least 6 years of lead teaching experience. That's really important to us as well. So yeah, I think teaching, especially when you're teaching littles, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to love it. That passion has to be there, and that nurturing feel, right? It's hard to walk into a classroom and not feel the love pouring out of that person or those teachers.
Yeah.
And so, those are the biggest things I think you look for.
I know I have high school age kids, but I think that that's pretty awesome that you're looking. The education's important even in your teaching staff, because I know that's not typical. So I think that's pretty amazing. And because obviously you're very successful. You have a 3-year wait list, 3 locations.
3 locations,
and you're killing it here in Arlington. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, of course,
All right.
If you have any questions about all things Arlington or searching for a home in the area, please reach out to us at 703-524-9000.